Hello everyone, it's Alex, and hopefully everybody's doing well today. Just checking in, make sure everybody can hear me okay. I check the audio on the video because I can hear music playing in the background here. Let's see here. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. Just checking in, make sure everybody can hear me okay. Check the audio. All right. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Hello everyone. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. It's Alex, and it's Thursday the 16th of June 2022. Gotta hydrate. Welcome to my live stream. This is a live stream that I do every once in a while just to go over some code, talk about things in the software engineering community, and to just go over a few things and to have a little fun with it, learn something new hopefully, and kind of go from there. As always, this is we're talking about different subjects tonight. I'm not the end-all be-all, but I've got some experience with this. And so I would hope that everybody is nice and cordial to one another, as well as we make sure that we help one another because we're a community. So if there's something that I may say in error tonight, charge it to my head and not my heart. And as always, a plug out for the folks at Code Black. Been doing some work with them and Capstone IT. And we're just going to keep having fun. Go check out the Facebook page over there. Get signed up. And yeah, we'll hope to see you soon. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about, or actually what we're going to do tonight is we're going to clone down a piece of code that was written quite a while ago by a developer who was just being real sloppy with that code. I had a chat with this developer. I just don't know what this individual was doing. So we're going to refactor the code and refactor the code into something more modern and a lot cleaner. And hopefully we can learn something along the way. We're going to actually port this code from Visual Basic into C#. We're going to try to at least. And yeah, so let's go from there. So let me go ahead first, and I'm going to share my screen here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clone down the repo that we need to grab our code from. So let's first open up Git Bash. Here we go. And here's the Git Bash here. PWD. And we're going to go to our repos folder. Okay. And we're going to have to clone. So what we're going to do is we're going to clone down this code and we're going to move it to a different repo is what we're going to do. We're going to do it kind of an easier way. It's a sloppier way. It's not the most best way, but I know the person who did this code anyway. So let's go ahead and get logged into our GitHub. Let's go to GitHub. And I am not signed in. So I will need to sign in first. You will need a GitHub account to do this. Okay. Oop. Oh, come on. There we go. And I've got the two-factor on my stuff here. Let me close that. Pull up my two-factor authentication. Let's move that to the top. There we go. All right. So we don't have any pull requests, but I will go to my repos here. My repos. And the repo that we are going to use to store our stuff is our Team Code Black Capstone IT repo here. But the repo we're going to clone down is from a well-known developer. I know that guy. I know that guy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the repo here, and the one that we're going to clone down is this career fair form application. You can see that it was done March 29th, 2019. So a few years ago. I think I did this when our eldest daughter was in 7th grade, I want to say. She's a college student now, so yeah, so this is what we're going to pull down. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come here and just copy this. So we've copied this GitHub link here. Let's go back over to our GitHub or Git bash, and we're going to say git clone, and we're just going to paste that in there and hit enter. And so now we've got our Visual Basic application. And it is right here. So if we go cd space career form. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this VSSSSSSS thing here. Because it's not needed. Okay, there we go. Then we're going to go into the career form application, cd career, and look for anything that will, there's another thing right there. So that VSP SCC is when you're using Microsoft DevOps, that's how you would check your code in there. So we're going to get rid of that thing there. Move .vs piece. Let me just double check that because I want to make sure that we're not deleting something we shouldn't be deleting here. Okay, so go over to our repos folder here. Here's our career for form application. And yep, we're going to get rid of this bad boy right here. Delete that. We won't need that anymore. We will keep everything else in there though, because we're going to need all of that. So now, let's get rid of this here. And let's go ahead and create a new, well, first off, let's go back over here, go up, and actually we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. Team. And we're going to create a new, well, first off, let's pull down from this repo here. Make sure it's all up to date. It should be. And then we're going to go ahead and do, make sure I've got the directory here the right way. because we're going to need this right here. And actually, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this Git folder in there. Make sure nothing else is in there. We're just going to move this in there. There we go. Now we go back over here. We'll create a new Git branch. We're going to call it Refractor, and say git checkout career Refractor, and do a git status. Make sure nothing else has changed. Yep, we're good there. Okay. So let's go ahead and start making changes here. Let's do a cd career and do an ls on here, and cd into. All right. So now we've got our project in here, and our solution is one up there. So now let's go ahead and open up our Visual Studio here. And I'm going to open this up in 2022. Now, when I get ready to do this, what's going to happen is it's not going to like being opened up in such a new version of Visual Studio, because this application is extremely old now. I won't say extremely, but it's fairly old now. So let's do a file open, project solution. And let's go up to our team code black and come into our career for app form, and let's see what happens here. We should get some kind of a .NET error or window, and that's actually a authentication one that's about to pop up on me here. I'm not sure why I'm getting that. This licensing is kind of messing with me here. Okay. There we go. All right, so we can see that we've got some changes over here already. And this is our new application. And if we look at this and we open this up, we'll try to build this solution and see what happens. That's a very old solution, and it's not going to work because it's missing some dependencies here. But I will rebuild this, and let's see what pops up here. Well, look at there, no errors. Okay. And then when I go here to the properties, it's in 452. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this application and we're going to make some improvements to this application right away. We're going to the first improvement we're going to make to this is we're going to take it out of VB and put it into C#. To kind of explain what this application was, what this application is I did a career fair for our daughter's 7th grade class when she was in junior high school. And what I did was I created this little guess a number game, and what it did was they'd click a button, they'd start it up, they'd have to guess a number, and it played like the Mission Impossible theme song in the background. And then what happened was that if they didn't guess the number, it would go and then it would show up it would turn colors and all that kind of stuff. So if I try to start this, I'm going to get an error because, like I said, I'm missing dependencies right now. And actually, it actually launched. But what's going to happen was when I click this, there's my error because it can't find files and stuff like that. So there we go. Yep. So it's missing files and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this thing work better, and we're going to refactor this to make it more efficient and bring it up to further 21st century stuff here. So to do that, we're going to have to minimize this for now and create, and let's minimize our Git there. And I will first look for the dependencies that we're missing here. So we're missing, it looks like a WAV file. We're missing a couple of a picture file, a couple of picture files it looks like. And we may not even need those because we can do some of this again in the solution itself. And we're missing a couple of audio files. So let's see here. I think I may have those files somewhere here, and I'm gonna look for that offline here because y'all don't need to see what I got in my stuff here. Let's see if they're there. Not seeing them. Not seeing them. Not seeing them. Not seeing them. Nope, not there. Let's see if they're here. Nope, not there either. Nope, not there either. So it looks like we're going to have to grab those anew, those files anew. But let's just kind of see how this was supposed to work. So they would click the button, they'd load the form, it would maximize the form so it'd make it the biggest size. And then what we would do is we would, when they click the button to start, it would create a random number here. And then I had a method called disabler that would disable buttons and stuff like that. And then I had some other stuff here that was looking at the time and some other things there, it looks like. So we can make this work a lot better, actually. We can split some things out here. So let's go ahead and create a new application. We're going to right click on Visual Studio and open up another instance of Visual Studio. And we're going to make this go to a new project. New project. And we're going to do this in the language of champions, C#. And we're going to make this, since it was a desktop app, we're going to make this a desktop app. And this is going to be a WinForms app here. And we're going to call it app 22. And let's change this directory. And yeah, let's actually put it in the C# projects folder here. Say next, and we're going to make this in C#.NET 5.0. It's just water. All right. So let's look at our first set of dependencies here on our old form app. So we need to see if we can't find that file here. I can tell you that file's probably long gone. And then we have a color here as well. Got an event handler here that something happens when they click a button. We've also got a entry form, a couple of labels here. We have a timer or a stopwatch. And it looks like a progress bar here as well that will track the time as it goes. And our form has a name there. All right, so let's go back over to our form here. What the heck's going on here? All right, so let's get the particulars down here. So our form title text is called Mission Impossible. So let's grab that and let's paste that there. So that changes there. The next thing we need to look at is this label here that's just called Countdown Timer. So what I can probably do, because it's still the Windows Forms system.windows.form, I wonder if I can copy this and just paste it in there maybe? No, that did not work. So let's go to our toolbox. And we're going to make a label. Now we've got the text for the label here, and it just says Countdown Timer. Let's copy that. And the text for this one will be Countdown Timer. And it looked like the font, let's make this a little bit bigger here. The font size for this particular label sans serif, it's 35, and this chair is sinking on me. Strange. Okay. So it's 35 font size. So let's go up to the text and we'll make the font size 35. Oh, no, that's way too large. Ooh, standard. $35, not $352. Okay. And we have another label here called label 2. It's also 25. And we're going to copy this. And actually, one of the things that we could probably do to make this neater is make a panel in here. So what we can do is where you at? Is make a panel. Where's the panel? Well, let's see what happened to the panel. I haven't built a wind farm in a while, so panel class system Windows of forms. Is it deprecated or something? Just Let's make sure it's not deprecated. It is in .NET 4.8. So there are no form panels in 5.0. So let's go back. Find what the replacement for panels are. Okay. Margin. Doc. See order. I so suck at design stuff like this, so. So it looks like it'll just automatically pop there. Let's run it and see what happens here. It'll probably pop on the screen over here to my left over here. Of course it did. So if I resize this, let's see what happens if I resize this. It stays put. That's wonderful. Okay. That's what we kind of want. Okay, so let's see what other controls we have here that we can use here. I don't know why that's doing that. It must be because I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so with this, we're gonna leave it up here and let's run it again. Let's see what we get this time. Okay. Yep. Okay, so that's where I want it at. That'll work. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to look at this label, and we have a box here. So let's create a toolbox or a text box. Oh, that's annoying there to me. And we need to make sure that this text box is going to be able to take the font that we want. So the font of this text box is 25. Font size here. So let's go to the text there. Go to the font. And this one is also 25. And I said I did it again, yeah. All right. Then we need to make a label. Let's just align it to this. And I believe that's 35, so let's make that label 35. And let's grab the font or the text that we had here. And it is we actually call that text right there. And there it is right there. So let's just copy that and minimize that. And in there, paste that. Obviously it's much larger than we thought it was going to be. So we might have to shrink it down just a smidge. So let's shrink it down to like 28. That's better. Okay. And then this one, we're going to make this a little bit larger there. And see, all of the controls should stay put on the page if we resize the form. See how they don't move? Yeah. Okay. Now, let's look at guesses over here. I'm not sure what I had going on there, but let's just make the label match here. So we have another label. And we're going to lock that one over here as well. This one needs to come over a little bit there too. And this one's going to be called guesses. And I'm guessing what I was trying to do there was to see how many times a person would take a guess and click the button. And let's see. Let's make this 35 as well. Something tells me that's smaller than 35. It's probably 25 pixels. It is 25. All right. So we've got that. Okay. And then something tells me, like I said, I want it. So here's what we will track. We'll make another label here. Also make this 125. Okay. And this one's actually, we're going to give this one a name. It's going to be called label 4. It's going to be the guess count display. Because what that's going to do, it's going to control the number of times that they have clicked the button to try to take a guess. And so here, we'll put it as 0. Something like that. There we go. Alrighty. Now we can move these two together like so. Okay. Next, we are going to look and see we have 2 buttons. So let's make 2 buttons. Button number 1. Paste that as button number 2. Let's move it up just a little bit here. And then we have the progress bar goes down here. Okay. And then finally, what we're going to do is we're going to change the color of this progress bar. Make it green or yellow or something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and run this and see what happens here. Okay. And one other thing that I'm going to probably do is I'm going to lock the form so it can't be resized. So to do that, click on the form. And we're going to say sizable is fixed dialog. I believe that's how you do that. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. So now they can't resize this thing and make it larger or smaller. So we don't have to worry about them making it bigger or not. We can maximize it and do that. And we might take that off of there too. They can type numbers in there. We're going to have to limit it to 9,999,999. We've got our buttons here. And we've got a progress bar and a countdown timer. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do quickly is we're going to adjust our progress bar here. And with our progress bar, maximum is 100, minimum is 100. And we're going to double click on our form, and that will create a form load method here. Okay. Now we're going to set our progress bar value to 100. And let's try and run that. Now, so what that should do is give us color in the bar that we're using here. And it does, as you can see. Okay, because what we're going to do as it counts down, we're going to have it subtract 1 for, I don't know, I gave him like 60 seconds or something like that. Let's see. Let's go back to the previous form and see what we did here. So the previous form, we gave them let's make sure we've got the right time here. So this is in 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. And then we have time left up here is 51. I don't know why I did 51. I did 51. Why did you do 51, Alex? We're going to start that at 1 minute. Then what we're going to do is we're going to subtract that by 1 every time. So let's go back here. And obviously we don't have a timer, but we do have a stopwatch that we can use instead. And we can check the elapsed time as we go. So when I open up this, and let's just check to see if it works. So when the form loads, I'm going to go ahead and click my button. Why is that not refreshing? It's just really weird. It's doing that. So when I click my button, and our button over here should have start your mission and take a guess. Okay. So this one should say start your mission. Nope. Start your mission. And let's make that font just a little bit bigger. Oop. Let's make it 18 instead on this button. And on this one, we'll make this one 18 as well. And we'll call it take a guess. And then let's put these two buttons a little bit closer together here, shall we? Just looks neater. And then we're going to rename these buttons. And we're going to call this particular button Start Mission. And we're going to call this button Take a Whack. Because we're taking a whack at it, right? Okay, so then this is, instead of being text block 1, it's going to be guess number, or number guess. And then in here we need to make the max length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is not multi-line. And then there we go. And yeah. So then on the, let's save this work here. And then on the load, we set the progress bar to 100. On the double click, we're going to start our stopwatch. So up here, we're going to make a stopwatch. We're going to need system threading dot threading SW. Actually, let's just do it this way. And this is going to be public. And let's make it internal. And since we're missing the assembly for that, hold your mouse over that and hit Alt Enter. And that's going to be using system.diagnostics. There we go. Equals new stopwatch class. And we're going to sw.start here. And then how do I want to do this? I need to have something that's going to tally my seconds here. Because what I'm going to basically do is start my stopwatch. I need something that's going to subtract from my, or keep a running total of my stopwatch here. So my value there is going to be that. So internal byte stop val equals and then if w elapsed seconds is greater than 160, then stop the stopwatch and say and then say sw dot no progress bar. Oop. R1 value equals 0. Else greater than or equal to 60. And then yeah, well, SW dot reset, that sets it back to 0. Otherwise, we're going to take bar minus value minus 10. Just do it that way to see. No, let's not do it that way. Let's see. Stop val minus equals stop val. Now that's not going to work like I think it's going to. Just in case. Let's see how this works. That might throw an exception, but okay. So here we go. We're going to click the button. And see, it did subtract 1. And let's see if it actually takes it down to 0 after a minute. Up here, we have our timer up here. Well, we have our diagnosis session. This tells us how long our code's been running for. And so we'll have to give that a few more seconds after 60, but let's see if it actually works after 60 here. It took a few seconds for me to pull the foam over and to press the button. Let's see what we got going on here. So it did not operate like I thought it was going to. So let's start it up again. Oh, I know why. Duh, Alex. Wow. Less than or equal to 6, less than 60. We need to do this in a loop, in a while loop. We'll leave that down there. Let's do this part here. Subtract 1 from stop val. Let's get rid of this right here. There we go. So let's see if this works any differently once we press the button. We're looking for something to take this down from right to left. Oh, that... or not. That went really, really fast. Okay, so... Oh, I know why. Okay, so stop val shouldn't be in 100. Let's make this an int or short instead of that, and then default is 0. And say if stop val is less than or equal to 0, then we're going to do something else. Put that in there. And we'll say okay. And here is where we'll stop it. I'm going to reset it here. Okay, let's see what happens this time. Let's try this again. Let's put a breakpoint here and see why our code's blowing up. I think I know why, but let's see. Okay, so elapsed seconds is 2. Stop val is 100. Stop val is 99. It's going so fast, that's what's happening. So instead of stopwatch, yeah, we will have to use a timer. Okay. So instead of the stopwatch, new timer. The timer is optimized for use in. Let me get rid of system.threading then. There we go. Start the timer. Get rid of our breakpoint. Timer. Let's see how I used it before. Interval. We do have to set this interval like we did before. Equals 1,000, so that's 1 second. Bar increment. think we should be using timer there. We should do like we did before and use this time left right here, integer. So we're gonna say 60 seconds. Time left is less than 60. Time left minus 1. If time left is less than or equal to 0, then the value of the progress bar will be 0. And I will stop the timer. Okay. Otherwise, okay. All right, let's see how this runs here. Didn't like something there. All right, so time left is 60. 10. Uh-oh. Oh. My goodness, Alex. Time left is greater than 0 is what I need there. There we go. So now 10 is less than 0. Otherwise, that's 59. Okay. So let me stop this. Take the breakpoint off. Hit the button. Check it over again. It goes way too fast though. Okay. So we need some time in here to pause, or we can increase our time here. That's 1 second, that's 10 seconds. That's 6 seconds. That's 60 seconds. Let's run this and see what happens. Man, it goes, just flies so fast there. Okay. While time left is greater than 0, I'm subtracting 1 from time left. Yeah, we might have to throw some pauses in there. I don't like throwing sleep times in there, but yeah, it's my algorithm's going so fast. My loop's going so fast. Okay. Let's throw a pause in there. Oh, how long are we gonna wait for? 3 seconds. Let's see how that performs. It's subtracting so much from it. That's not what I wanted to do. So it's just a matter of placing this in the right spot so that my code will make it look like it's going. Yes, it's going way too fast on that first one here. So let me stop that again. So if I come right out the gate with it. So then what happens is at 60, 10. Oh, I got it. I see why. Stop val. I do need stop val. So this will be stop val minus. There we go. All right, there we go. I'll start and see what happens. Yeah, see how it's going down now? That's kind of what I want, but I want it smoother than that. I'm gonna have to go by tens. Because by the time it gets down to 60, it's just gonna be the like halfway done. Not even that. And actually, we probably can take those sleeps out of there now. Let's see how it works without the sleep in there. Oh, it still flies, man. It still flies. Let's try it that way. That might make it a little bit smoother, I guess. Yeah, that's too fast. That's too fast. Let's make it 2. Instead of this being, let's make this 1,000 seconds there. It's 20. It's 30. $40. It's gonna run out. It's gonna error out as soon as it gets down to this negative number here. That's what I thought. We'll make it 1. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 52, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, and it stops. Okay, so what we also need to do is set our, what the heck's going on here? I don't know why, but my form is acting kind of strange here. Let me just close that. And then, so for this progress bar, let's make the maximum 60. Minimum 0, step by 1. Instead of it being blocks, let's make it a marquee. Oop, uh-oh. 60. Okay, so, oh, no, not a marquee. Didn't like that. I don't know if it's because I'm sharing my screen or what, but this is driving me crazy. I have to reopen my form here. Okay, so instead of it being a marquee, let me try that and see how that looks. Oh, we need to make this stop val 60. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30. It's halfway through. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. It's 50. 1, 2, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60. Okay, so we've got a timer here. All right, now for some odd reason, when I run my timer, it's locking up my form, which I don't like. So let me click on the form and see what the heck is going on here. So here's what we'll do, because it's getting late. We're going to go ahead and kind of stop right here. So let's save all our changes. And let's go over to our Git repo here. And we're going to say git status. We should have a bunch of stuff in red there. Yep. Okay. Git add this. Git commit m. I'll just say git commit. And that will pop up my commit message here. And in here, go away. And I'll say come on. Save that. Close that. And that will... What? The heck you say? That's weird. Initial commit. There we go. All right, git status. All right, so I committed my changes to my local repo. And I can actually push this up just to be on the safe side. So git push, I think it's git commit push set string. That will push that up. And if I go to my GitHub here, here we have this, and it should say just pushed a branch, and here's our new branch, and here's our career form app, and here's all our stuff we have, and here's our code here for the career fair form, the old one. And then if we go into C# projects, here's our new app here, and here's our CS code here, and here's what we were working on. So we'll continue there in the next video. So until next time, hope everybody is going to have a safe and prosperous weekend. It has been 1 hour and 17 minutes. I didn't think I was going to go that long and get stuck on a couple of those things I did. So it's part of refactoring code, is sometimes you just have to make it work and make it work differently, but you know you've got a job to do. So till next time, peace, love you, take care, and God bless.